Welcome, beloved Sangha, to a jewel ornament of a liberation series with the Venerable Khenpo Tenzin. We'll begin with opening prayers on page 4 and 5 in the yellow Garchen Buddhist Institute prayer book. Until awakening, I take refuge in the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Supreme Assembly. By the merit of generosity and the other perfections, may I attain Buddhahood for the benefit of all beings. Until awakening, I take refuge in the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Supreme Assembly. By the merit of generosity and the other perfections, may I attain Buddhahood for the benefit of all beings. Until awakening, I take refuge in the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Supreme Assembly. By the merit of generosity and the other perfections, may I attain Buddhahood for the benefit of all beings. May all mother sentient beings, limitless as space, have happiness and the causes of happiness. May they be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. May they not be separated by the happiness that is free from sorrow. May they rest in equanimity, free from attachment and aversion. May all mother sentient beings, limitless as space, have happiness and the causes of happiness. May they be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. May they not be separated from the happiness that is free from sorrow. May they rest in equanimity, free from attachment and aversion. May all mother sentient beings, limitless as space, have happiness and the causes of happiness. May they be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. May they not be separated from the happiness that is free from sorrow. May they rest in equanimity, free from attachment and aversion.
Tangke doje shaje son ron shinja mata doje ponjam ba sarje lombo dabra jibe ge shaje jebe jadang ge janzar dorjen chanjen te lo narot marba mala juje gambo ba pamo ba jawan dong ba kaju lama namje da jon je danandana zara damje da lama laba loye jesu zong Lo son yon den jam zeng a la wan den de don jen de be ge le zor da zo lo che zon ro war sin je lab do zor che lam dan ro war sin je lab do lam tro wa ze war sin je lab do zor tro wa yi ji sun ja war sin je lab do zor kang ge den jen de war jong ga ba me ba je me ba che ba me ba da me ba Hongwa me bandro me bada de do me donje me ruba nye je je den ba zobo zanje mananje damba de la janzar do chenchen zoba la ma je je go zong do je sin lan da 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 ge ju lan be de da ge den ba dan zun je je don la bo je ro bo zun je la do zor Okay, dear Dharma brothers and sisters. I am teaching on jewel ornament continually. I thought last time we stopped the part of the perfection of discipline. Actually, we have precious human life. We attend precious human life. Why do we call it precious human life? Because our life is for practicing Dharma. And why do we practice Dharma? Because we are going to attain Buddhahood. Actually, Dharma means methods. Then who taught us these methods? Shakyamuni Buddha taught us. Why did he taught us? Because we have a Buddha nature. If we do not have a Buddha nature, then Dharma practice is useless. So we have a Buddha nature. Milk has a butter. That's where nomadics shake milk, and then they got butter from milk. They did not shake water because water doesn't have butter. Likewise, we are practicing Dharma because we have a Buddha nature. And then how to practice? If Dharma is a great method for attaining Buddhahood, then how to utilize these methods? This Shakyamuni Buddha taught us in his Vajrayana teaching and Suttarayana teaching. And then our gurus and spiritual masters help us to how to utilize these methods. And we have also great wisdom, so we can understand when they show us how to practice Dharma. So then where is Buddha nature? Buddha nature is in the mind, in our mind. Then there are many methods how to reduce our obscurations and our afflictive emotions. And we have temporary obscurations, which are afflictive emotions and obscurations. Afflictive emotions is actually this is the meaning of afflictive emotion is suffering, problems. All the sufferings and obstacles occur from our afflictive emotions. Because through our afflictive emotions, we cultivate karma. Through afflictive emotions, we cultivate karma, which we called negative karma. Negative means it gives us some problems. Through merits, through virtues, we act something. This result is happiness. Happiness for this life and next life. So we are practicing Dharma to understand our intrinsic awareness. Actually, we say in 37 way of Bodhisattva, just say Tomi Zambo, the son of Buddha's son, Tomi Zambo. He also said that all phenomena are our own mind. So first we heard that all phenomena are our own mind. Some may not have any feeling when we heard about that, but some practitioners have feeling, oh, all phenomena are our own mind. And these outer phenomena, inner phenomena, all of these things are The oh, thank you so much. Yeah. So everything over our mind. Besides our mind, there is nothing. So some practitioners have that experience. This experience. So practitioners who have this experience, it is a great experience. Who realize that all phenomena are mind, it is a great realization. But this is not a highest realization because still we have a fixation that everything are over mind. Yeah. So then what is the reality? The reality is non-duality. We can't say everything's are over our mind. We cannot say everything's are not over our mind. So before we realize this, realize our experience, non-duality, it is little bit bore, kind of it seems boring or bored because because it is no yes, it is not no. It says in the Heart Sutra, there is no attainment and there is no non-attainment. So if we are not experience this, we do not experience this, then seems it is quite crazy speaking. But if we were able to experience this, and then we can experience, as Milarepa said, our mind and empty space are no different. At that moment, you can recognize Dharmakaya. And then at that time, we really get some special, delicious taste from this words from Milarepa's song. Otherwise, we say all our mind and empty space are no different. If we do not experience that, it has not special feeling. So that's why in the reality, our mind and empty space are same. Empty space has great qualities. Actually, we thought, oh, empty space is just empty. This is misunderstood, especially we are meditating on the emptiness. If we think all phenomena are emptiness, like an empty space, at that time we thought there's nothing. If we are just going through nothing, and then we start to make some mistakes, because then we start to break our law of karma. So we don't care about law of karma. But empty space means all our Mother Earth is in the empty space. The sun, moon, stars, all of these gorgeous phenomena are in empty space. Likewise, our mind is like empty space, but all the qualities, perfection of generosity, perfection of discipline, perfection of forbearance, perfection of diligence, perfection of concentration, perfection of wisdom, all of these things are in our mind. So that's where we are. First, we are going to understand, and only understand does not enough. It has great benefit. That also we have to know. Sometimes we say, oh, only understand does not enough, and then we thought, oh, we don't want to understand, we are going to experience it. No, this, if we do not understand, then we cannot experience. I mean, the genuine experience is not easy to find or to experience. That's where first we are going to listen. And then we try to understand. And then we try to bring it, our understanding, bring into our mind. There is no different male and female, monastics or non-monastics. If you try to bring these understandings are into your mind, then one will able to experience. Otherwise, it like, for example, I know, if I know something, and I just write on the notes or just write on paper, and then I closed my book or paper, and if I never open that and I don't try to remember it, and then these informations are in the book or on the paper. That's all. We cannot dissolve it in our mind. So that's where, whether we listen Dharma or reading Dharma books or concentrate on the Dharma, always we try to bring inside of our mind. And then Dharma really benefits. Sometimes the Dharma can provide all these obstacles because we have, our body is established 4 elements or 5 elements. That's where these 5 elements are 5 elements unbalanced, and then there are lots of problems occur. For example, heat and cold unbalance, then cough comes through our throat. Otherwise, we try to cough, we can't. When our heat elements of heat and cold are balanced, so the balances are very important. Usually, balance is just normal vocabulary. We call equanimity. So equanimity is very important. Non-duality, we say non-duality. Non-duality means actually equanimity. But this equanimity has different levels. So anyhow, we are going to bring all of these practices are inside of our mind. At that time, we have some obstacles. It cannot challenge seriously. I mean, it cannot affect in our mind. Yeah. So that's where we are going to practice through our mind. And then, as Lord Jigten Sungko said, first I will say in Tibetan, which means if we realize intrinsic awareness, and then 3 countless eons are also fake, not real. So which means if we it is related. Right now we say there are some water, fire, or earth, rocks, and then 4 seasons, and then people, animals, trees. We label many names, and then we have a strong fixation with them. Something is good, something is not good. But if we realize everything's our mind, our own mind, then there is no tree, then there is no water, then there is no rocks. But still, these things can appear in our mind like a dream. But they are like a dream. In the middle of the night, we have some dream. We dream like a elephant. But we are sleeping. We sleep very small bed in small room. But sometimes we dreamed elephant, very big elephant. Sometimes we are happy with that elephant. Sometimes we are unhappy with this elephant. So that's where dream and in the daytimes these appearances are no different. That's where Venerable said, if we realize that there is no different dream and daytimes experience, which means our meditation is very great. So the method, anyhow, the methods are very important. That's where we are going to. That's where Buddha taught us thousands of methods how to attain Buddhahood, and we are also try to understand these methods and try to utilize these methods. That's where we are listening Dharma and reflecting on Dharma and meditating on Dharma. Okay, and then okay, then if you have this book, page number 178 of the fault of enjoying sleep, it is said, those who are having considered in this manner, reduce your desires and be content with what you have. Of the fault of enjoying sleep, it is said, those who are addicted to sleep and inertia will suffer considerable degradation in their understanding. Their mental capacity will deteriorate too. Whatever arises from pristine awareness will be constantly impaired. And those who are addicted to sleep and inertia will disintegrate through ignorance, lassitude, and laziness. Such people become prey to non-human force and may be harmed by them when meditating alone in the forests. Therefore, the above forms of impure mental conduct should be abandoned. Pure mental engagement is abiding with faith and the other qualities mentioned above. The fifth, how the power of moral discipline can be increased, refers to enhance moral discipline by means of the three factors already referred to earlier, these being 1. pristine awareness. 2. Wisdom. And 3. Dedication. Pristine awareness. So moral discipline. How should we keep moral discipline? Very, very authentic moral discipline. How shall we keep this authentic moral discipline? As we are going to understand what is moral discipline. We are going to understand what is moral discipline. It does not mean how many numbers of vows for full ordained monks, and how many numbers of vows of nuns, upasikas, or lay practitioners. It does not mean that. Authentic moral discipline means we are going to realize our natural state of mind. That's where Lord Jigten Sunggung said that moral discipline and Mahamudra are same. Moral discipline and Mahamudra are same means we are going to rest on the natural state of mind. How to rest on the natural state of mind is, for example, we have many thoughts. Thoughts and afflictive emotions are same. So we have many thoughts or many afflictive emotions. When afflictive emotions arise, if we follow these emotions and then they overpower, or then they lead us in the wrong path, very, very dangerous place. And then it harms to ourselves. Actually, we harms by ourselves. So then how to keep real moral discipline or authentic discipline? Usually we say perfection discipline. Perfection means perfect, yeah? So how should we keep it is, any emotions arise, first we are going to apply mindfulness. Mindfulness is like a mother. And then mother always look at one's baby. If a baby goes wrong place or baby gets some harmful situation, mother always ready to take care of this child. Likewise, when any emotions arise in our mind, first we are going to apply our mindfulness. So that's why we call it Mother Tara. Mindfulness of Mother Tara, please protect me. Yeah? With thousands of times we say that if we do not utilize this meaning, then we have less blessings from Mother Tara. So first we are going to apply mindfulness. Oh, I have this emotion. Oh, I have that emotion. First we are going to I have. Thank you so much. So first we are going to apply our mindfulness. Oh, I have this emotion. And then second, most of time we try to apply antidotes. Yeah? For example, we have one emotion, we start to apply the antidote. But in this case, when we are practice authentic moral discipline, at that time, we don't want to apply antidotes. Oh, this is Mara of afflictive emotion. This is antidote of some wrathful deity or something. Let them fight. this is not authentic practice. This is a great practice, but not higher levels of practice. So that's where, after we acknowledge that we have this emotion, and then we are going to start to watch it. Then how to watch? How to watch it? Oh, forcefully, single-pointedly. This is not great method. This is, but not authentic way of practice. So we are going to watch it very lightly, softly. So we call the balance or equanimity. Just watch. Don't reject it. Don't try to reject it. Don't adopt. Reject and adopt, these two things makes problems. Adopt means, of course, we don't like our emotions, but adopt, meaning of adopt means we follow them. That means we accept them. So we don't follow, yeah, of course. And then we don't try to reject it. We try to reject it. We cannot reject them. So they start to watch lightly and clearly. Sleeping here, moment ago, Sutara mentioned some faults of sleep. So which means if we watch it kind of too much soft or, without lucidity, then we start to fall asleep. And then our affective becomes stronger, and we lose under this emotion. Lucidity, or another name is mindfulness and attentiveness. Yeah, attentiveness. Attentiveness is not perfect lucidity, but they are quite same. Authentic growth, lucidity. What is mindfulness and what did I use this moment? Attentiveness. Yes, thank you. Attentiveness. Yeah. Attentiveness is like a baby. Lucidity is like an adult. So that's where attentiveness is very important. Anyhow, we start to watch through lucidity, clarity. Actually, we call vivid. Watch it vividly. And then what happened is this emotion start to disappear. This emotion start to disappear, and we watch at that emotion and vividly, and then this emotion start to disappear, like a smoke disappear in the empty space. If there is some smoke, we don't try to. If some smoke in the house, we start to, unnecessary smoke in our house, small house, we start to let it go out. That's where we open the doors and the windows. But some smoke goes into the space. We don't care about that. But then slowly it disappear. After disappear, we cannot make difference. That is smoke. This is space, empty space. Yeah, they become same or non-duality. Likewise, this actually we say this emotion disappear. Actually, disappear means it dissolve into your lucidity, clarity, and then your clarity becomes brilliant. So That's where we have to keep moral discipline or other perfections through the uh, meditation. Mm. The meditation has also meditate through efforts and effortless. So the real meditation is effortless. Effortlessly meditation has great taste. Taste means if something delicious thing, food come to in our on our tongue, we have special experience. Likewise, if effortless meditation has great experience, great experience. Effort meditation is cause of effortlessly meditation, but we are meditated through effort, then we start to tired, and sometimes we have some problems. So why do I talking about am I talking about this? Because you all great practitioners. This number one. Number two, you heard many teachings from precious gurus. So that's where I think you will easily understand. But then when you gain these higher experiences, still don't ignore the small things. As Guru Pema Sambhava said, if your view is higher than the sky, actually we call sky or space. Sky means this blue sky, but still you take care your karma cause and effects. Guru Rinpoche said that. So this is very important. Then the pristine awareness. That means, yeah, I explained this. And then wisdom and dedication. So wisdom and pristine awareness are a little different. But first, through wisdom, how shall we keep moral discipline? Is that if one cannot understand non-duality, one cannot make these afflictive emotions and the pristine awareness are sameness. If one cannot do that, and then first, if I'm a monastic, if I have some desire towards some, for example, ladies, then how should I apply wisdom? Is I'm going to understand illusory things. Or same like some great sister practitioners have a strong desire towards male, and also you can understand they are like illusory. Illusory is a great example. Is a rainbow. Rainbow is very beautiful. Rainbow is very natural and beautiful. No one make this color, makes that colors, but it appears. So it's very beautiful, but illusory. That's where last summer we have we had gorgeous rainbow, but where is this rainbow? This rainbow is just disappearing in the empty space. Rainbow disappeared in the empty space. We have only in the picture. If we attached that picture, yeah, we do. I do. But we are like a child. That's where Je Gutsangpa, who was great master of Rupakaju, he was Nagarjuna, and he was Malarepa, and then he was Je Gutsangpa. So he said that when we were a child, we have some chores and we play some games. Now we become old, that games are useless. Likewise, all of these, whatever we see, whatever we experiences, after we realize the non-duality, everything's our children's game. So now they are useless, which means no attach, no desire towards them, no aversion towards them. That means free from suffering means this. When we have attachment and aversion, we are not free from suffering. So, wisdom means we cannot understand non-duality, but we will be able to understand illusory, like a dream, and rainbows, echoes, and there are many examples. Some hungry ghost. I don't think the animals also happened in the summer, very heat, no rain, no water, but some far away there looks like a rain. We also see that, and they thought there is some water. Sometimes we are drive car in the highway, the road or path is very clean, the paved route. Sometimes we thought, over there's some water, but we reach there, there's no water. It's a kind of a sun and this paved route they have connected. Looks like the color is a little bit black. That's where sometimes we see like a water on the route, but not. Likewise, some animals, they are too much thirst. Fire comes from their throat and their stomach. At that time, they 24/7 they meditate on the water. That's where they thought there is some water, and they go there. There is no water, and then they see like a water from far away. They went there, no water. Eventually, they exhausted. This is their karma. So that's where to understand illusory things, illusion or delusion are very important. So then how should we keep moral discipline? It's like that. If I have a grasping with something and there are two ways. I try to understand my grasping is illusion. That is a great thing. If I can't, or that things is an illusion or illusory thing. And if we will not able to understand that, and then next it says dedication. Actually, dedication, let me say this. So, impermanence. To realize impermanent. Impermanent means these things are not permanently exist. Yeah? So, we have less attachment towards them, less desire. Even our body, skin, we take care of this more than anything, yeah? So, but they are impermanence. Sooner or later, we should go back. Which means we come from next life to here, and we should go back next life, yeah? So right now you think, the kindness of my Dharma friends, I help them through for thoughts. That's where I reflected a lot about these things. Sometimes the fears come from my mind. I start to close eyes and think. Even I do not think about past lives or past things. Only think in my village, for example, in Tibet. I see, I know, I talked. I knew, I saw, I talked. If I count these people, there are lots of people, but I mean only those who were passed away. So the thing like that about this, in small village, many people passed away. Think about that, and then oneself is, or we will understand this body is also impermanent. So if at least our practitioners gain the realization of impermanent, and then we should gain illusory delusion, these things, and then we should gain the non-duality. Yeah. And then dedication means actually the virtues we dedicate. Tibetan call moa. Mo means actually give, but there is a big difference. Just we give or we dedicate. Give and dedication, I think it is different. Tibetan also say te there, or they say mo. I think they are different. The different meanings. So give is just to give. Most of the time we just give. Action are quite the same. I give this book, but dedication means I give you this book. May this book greatly benefit for you. So that's where we should think like that. So these all teachings are related to dedication. All these spiritual masters, they teach, they have keep moral discipline. What is moral discipline? Is they are going to keep bodhicitta in their heart. Bodhicitta means we should benefit others, not benefit for benefiting oneself. So then dedication, if we think like that, I dedicate this book for you, or this teaching I dedicate this teaching for you, and this teaching may benefit for you greatly, which means may you understand your Buddha nature. If I motivate like that, and then through this way, my teaching merit becomes endless. Endless means then this merits I can utilize until I attain Dharmakaya. It will not exhaust. And then after we dedicate, then these other emotions cannot interrupt our virtues. If we do not dedicate, then our virtues, some emotions can interrupt our virtues. Yeah. So that so these three things are always important. All of our practices are related. Six include, I think, all of our practices are included in 6 perfections. Yeah. So when we practice each perfection, like generosity or discipline or forbearance or the concentration and so forth, we have to apply these 3 things: pristine awareness, wisdom, and the dedication. At least one of them, we are going to utilize one of them at least. Okay. The 6th, making one is moral discipline pure, refers to it being sustained by emptiness and compassion, as mentioned earlier. So compassion and emptiness, Milarepa said, when you gain the emptiness and you can arise compassion from your mind. First, I thought it's kind of a paradox. I don't mean the paradox the Milarepas mentioned, but actually in many teachings it mentioned after you recognize emptiness and you gain if you gain the realization of emptiness, you were able to arise. You will be able to arise compassion. It's quite hard. Emptiness means there is one person suffering, but then very easy to generate compassion. Oh, this person has lots of suffering. If this person can liberate from this suffering, this is actually we say compassion, yeah. But then emptiness means there is no person. That person's head is not that person. That person's torso is not that person. That person's branch, like legs and arms, are not that person. So the emptiness is like that. Then how can we generate compassion? We feel like that. But we recognize that, yeah, this person is not non-existing, but that person cannot understand. That person thought this suffering is real. That person think this once the body is real, truly exists. So that's where we, if we are mother and our children lost her toe or something, and then the children cry, and we know this the children's gambling not gambling toe are not real useful things, but we feel love that child. Likewise, when we recognize emptiness and people or other beings are suffering, and then we are more we can more generate compassion towards them. That's where Milarepa said that when I naturally arise compassion in my mind, these sentient beings are like I feel these sentient beings are in the very big fire. If one bug in the fire, what happened? The fire burns. Like that, likewise, these mother sentient beings are in the samsara. Samsara is a big fire. Samsara means actually afflictive emotions, and they do not know that. So Shakyamuni Buddha and these great practitioners are liberated from suffering, means they know fire is emptiness. That's why if they touch fire, it cannot burn. Guru Rinpoche, one king burned him. That's when Guru Rinpoche recognized the fire is emptiness. That's why Guru Rinpoche could not burn by this fire. Yeah. So, but who understand the reality and who do not understand the reality, that's where there are the different problems. Some has problems, some has no problem. Yeah. Seventh, the fruits of moral discipline should be understood as twofold: its temporary and ultimate result. Its ultimate fruit is the attainment of unsurpassed enlightenment. Bodhisattva Levels says, a Bodhisattva who has completely perfect moral discipline genuinely becomes a perfect Buddha with peerless, true and perfect enlightenment. So temporary moral discipline, well, how benefits is the main moral discipline is karma cause and effect. We will not harm other beings. If we will not harm other beings in this life and in previous lives, in the future, if we will and we do not harm other beings also not harm to us. Right now, someone harms to us is actually karma, cause and effect. So some karma is real, occur moment by moment. Right now we do something, this result occurs. Some karma takes time to occur that. Because we are doing lots of different things. I mean, we are cultivating thousands of karma fruitions, karma cause. So that's where, then there's also conditions. This is important. Milarepa actually mentioned very clearly, karma means consciousness. And then, karma means consciousness. And then when it happened, or these fruits occur, is related to your condition. Milarepa said that. So this makes more sense. Anyhow, condition is important, but condition, if we research more in detail, condition is included karma actually. But if you are sick, this is your karma. And then this karma, before this karma occurred for you, you can purify this karma and you can prevent this karma. But if you don't, and then some conditions receive, or you have some conditions, and then this karma fruits occurs to us. So that's where in this life, this Mother Earth is our pure land actually. This Mother Earth is our pure land. We did not discuss that we are going to come together in this Mother Earth, but at karma, we collect it. Collection karma, very similar karmas. That's where we come together in this world, Mother Earth. And then this Mother Earth, we make a hell realm, or hunger ghost realm, or animal realm, or human realm, or demigod realm, or god realm, or pure land. This is in our hands. So if we exactly do as Buddha taught us, then this Mother Earth is pure land. But we could not do that, and we are not doing that, and probably we will not do. That's where this Mother Earth is human realm. And then we have sufferings. Suffering of birth and suffering of death. If we are going to liberate from there, if we left this Mother Earth and we went on another planets, still shadow of this karma comes with us. So if we reject only this Mother Earth, we cannot reject samsara. So Milarepa said, Nyungma tun chi tsindali, chinga mi petun to gu. Nyungma tun means the very real. Tsindali is actually the medicine name. It's like a metaphor. Metaphor means example. So real great medicine, Nyungma means innate mind. What should we recognize? Birthless and deathless. We think our birth, the suffering of a birth and suffering death. Always we think we suffering for birth means from mother we birth, from mother we have lots of suffering. Yeah, we have, these are parts of suffering. No, the birth of suffering means, what is that? Thoughts arises 24/7 arises. Even we are asleep in the bed, still we say we have a dream, but they are thoughts. So Birth means all thoughts arises. That part we call to birth. Death means always we think, oh, some one's body and consciousness separate. We call death. Yeah, this is death. But death means actually, death means lost. We have a great job, or we have a great friends, or we have a great thing, great opportunities, great moment, great experience, everything lost. We call that death. So, samsara and nirvana both in our mind. In our mind, if we realize samsara, innate of samsara, this is nirvana. This is authentic nirvana. Amitabha's pure line is a great nirvana. If we will be able to reborn there, it's wonderful. But real Amitabha's pure line is in our mind. Amitabha's pure land we call the Deva Ching. Deva means bless, blissful. So, if we experience, we gain the realization of view, and we gain the realization, we experience the great bliss. That is Amitabha's pure land. Our lucidity is Amitabha. Amitabha means this Amitabha is a Sanskrit. Tibetan call Upami. Upami means brilliant. Brilliant means lucidity, luminosity. But then Devaching means bliss. Amitabha bliss and union of bliss and luminosity, it is peerless, speechless. So that's why these both are in our mind. So we can attain Amitabha's land instantaneously. We don't want to leave this body. We can attain authentic Amitabha's pure land instantaneously when we gain these realizations. Yeah. The temporary result, whether sought or not, are to obtain greatest happiness and well-being within the samsaric world. The Bodhisattva collection says, so moral discipline, and then other we have many moral disciplines in the Vinaya. According to Vinaya, for full ordained monks has lots of moral disciplines, and ordained monks, and then Upasakas and the lay practitioners that we call the Samaya, in the Vajrayana. We all have vows, so these are very important to keep. If we keep them, Samaya means if we keep well our vows, it is our protector. It is our protector, great protector. If we are breaking the Samaya, it is a great fire. It burns us. So that's where Samaya means that. So that sometimes we are in bamboo. We are like a snake in the bamboo. If we keep well our Samaya, we can go up and we can liberate from there. If we do not keep well our Samaya, we fall down. There are only two paths. So actually we are practicing this tantric practice, Vajrayana practice. We love to practice them. But before practice these tantric practices, we should practice Sutarayana. It's very important. I thought many Dharma friends they do knowingly they don't ignore Sutarayana, but seems unknowingly they ignore Sutarayana practice. So this is a big mistake. Just recently I recited a Sutara, Buddha's Sutara. It mentioned Koshika is one Buddha's disciple. He asked Buddha how this great Dharma flourished, increase, and how it will has decrease. Then Buddha taught, who listen, who listen, who writes, who meditates, who reflects, who teach, then this Dharma will increase. And while increases, Buddha mentions some directions mainly, and some directions, some places, but then around the world. And then how it will decrease is, if one doesn't follow samaya, but very kind of only practice forcefully some Sutarayana, no, the Vajrayana, then it will decrease Dharma. So Buddha mentioned that we are going to, but there are different practitioners. Some practitioners are, since in their previous lives, they practiced wonderfully. So that's where right now they met Vajrayana teachings and practices, and they understand, they understand the meaning of these teachings and practices, and they gain great realizations. It's wonderful. But there are different practitioners, like 5 fingers, something tall, something short, something big, some skinny. So that's why everybody cannot go through one path. So more focus on Sutarayana. If first or second, third, one can't do that, it's okay. At the same time, practice Vajrayana at the same time, focus Sutarayana. Focus Sutarayana means actually included these 6 perfections. Also some has big misunderstanding is, only practice Sutarayana, I cannot attain Buddhahood. Lord Jigten Sungu mentioned Buddha's single attention, Tibetan called Gongjik. Through Sutarayana, one will be able to attain Buddhahood. Of course, in this Parimit, the Heart Sutara, Buddha's teaching of Heart Sutara, right now we are reciting is very short. Another the Heart Sutara teaching Buddha mentioned, Dalla Sarza Chiangmi, there is nothing to remove, there is nothing to adopt. You look at the perfect thing, and when you gain this realization, you will liberate. So it's Sutarayana said that. And the Dharmakiti, the Madhyamaka, Nagarjuna's disciple, Dharmakiti, he said, Simgapa de koe ngusumje in the Madhyamaka. Simgapa means sim means mind. Ga means these thoughts purifies, and Dharmakaya appears from there. So it mentioned. But the Sutarayana and Vajrayana has different methods. But both, we try to gain both, especially before we attain Buddhahood, we should become Bodhisattva. We should become Bodhisattva. Then Bodhisattvas need to benefit all mother thinking beings. That's where if we have more experience, Sutarayana and Vajrayana both, then we can more benefit other beings. The Bodhisattva collection says, Shariputara, there will not be even a single one of the most wonderful splendors known to gods and humans that a bodhisattva who keeps such completely immaculate conduct will not be able to experience. There may be these worldly delights. Actually, if we keep moral discipline well, in temporary benefit is on this in it's a beautiful or handsome. So this also we should know. Okay, beautiful and handsome means actually if we eat very healthy food, drink healthy drinking like water and so forth, and so on. If we keep moral discipline well, we have less disease, less obstacles. These are example, and then there may be these worldly delights and joys. So joys, this is also in the Vajrayana practice. We say samaya, but this Sutara practice we say moral discipline. So we all have nada, nada, bendu. So bendu in our body has a bendu, we have joy. In the teachings mentioned that if we lost the bendu, we have suffering. Yeah. So that's where here's the delight and joy, worldly delight and joys. Even in the daily experiences, and then yet the bodhisattva will not be dazzled by them and will enter the path to enlightenment. In the questions of Narayana Sutara, it says, a bodhisattva endowed with such a amazed moral discipline will not become corrupted in any way, even by the possessions of a universal monarch. That bodhisattva will still exercise mindful care and will still long for enlightenment. Care and mindfulness are different. So first, care is important. Tibetan in Dharma words called payu, and then tinshi. So mindfulness and carefulness. First, we are going to apply carefulness, and then we apply mindfulness. So if we come gradually like this way of practice, then we become great. We will become great practitioners. That bodhisattva will not take a detour even though he becomes Indra. Then two, the bodhisattva will exercise mindful care and long for enlightenment. Furthermore, those who are endowed with moral discipline will receive sufferings from and be cared for by humans and non-human like it says in the same sutara. The gods always respect those who keep the amazed virtues of moral discipline. So gods who has moral discipline, they gods keeps means actually we become gods. I don't mean the other in this way the gods. You understand what meaning of our gods? Yeah, gods, gods. So we become gods means we have self pride.
When we have self-pride, then we have lots of obstacles. Even we cannot respect our human brothers and sisters and Dharma brothers and sisters, and they are also unhappy, and their reaction is not good for us. So then, likewise, these gods are also very much related the afflictive emotion of self-pride, and they also not protect to us. So that's where if we are going to protect, we are going to protect by gods, mountain gods, fire gods, and so forth. We are going to reduce, then we are going to keep moral discipline. And what is moral discipline? Many people think moral discipline means always we are stopped to the union of male and female. Not only that, we are going to reduce or prevent self-pride. And then they are happy. You know, some has great knowledge, Dharma knowledge or other skills, but they are humble, then people love, yeah? Same likewise, these mountain gods or elements gods, they are love. When they love to us, they protect us. At least they are not harm to us, which means they protect, and they will protect directly and indirectly. The Nagas will constantly express their appreciation of them. So Nagas, gods are in our mind, and because God's Ram is in our mind, chakras, we have 5 chakras, but this new tradition of Vajrayana, most of the time we say 3 channels and 4 chakras. Yeah. Anyhow, these chakras are pure light. If we do utilize in the right way, if we are use them wrong way, there are 6 Rams. So God Ram we have, and then we have self-pride. Then we have many gods in our body, and they start to harm to us. Likewise, ignorance, Nagas and ignorance. So we have ignorance, and then Nagas also cannot support to us. Naga has 2 kinds of Nagas. One kind of Naga, they like Dharma. So when we practice Dharma, they support us. And if we will not practice Dharma, and we will not practice Dharma right way, they will not able to support us. But other Nagas start to harm to us. But they can, if we practice right way, those some part of Nagas cannot harm to us. But if we practice in the wrong way, or we do not practice, they can harm to us. So that's where if we keep moral discipline, which means we will not apply ignorance, even during the practice. Even we dedicate, I will dedicate this for only myself, or I'm dedicate this for harm my enemies. So we do that, then Nagas not appreciate to us. But if we dedicate, even my enemies and who harms to my enlightenment, may I'm practice for liberate them, and then Nagas also appreciate to us. Yeah. The yakshas will ever praise them. Do you know yaksha? Yakshas is also very powerful gods. Actually, some yakshas some Dharma protectors include yaksha. In Garmanas too, we have one Dharma dance. There is one Dharma protector. He is included yaksha, but all the yaksha are not kind of negative. They became Dharma protector because they met Dharma Shakyamuni Buddha or previous Buddhas, and then Guru Pema Sambhava and so forth, and they promised that I will protect Dharma practitioners. So that's where they praise. Their praise means then you become well known, because your good activities flourish everywhere, and then happy. For example, Milarepa's 100,000 song. Milarepa came around the 12th century in this world, but his 100,000 song is very popular yet. Even one verse liberates many practitioners. So that's why these yakshas praised him, and it results. They support always his teachings and so forth. The Gandharvas will constantly make offerings to them. Actually, Gandharvas means they are very much attached smells. So sometimes we are practice. There are two kinds of smoke offering. One kind of smoke offering is evening. Evening is seems this Gandharvas moment. Like morning is we are wake up and start to activity. Likewise, the evening they started, and then they like very much these smells, and then we dedicate that smoke offering with some smoke. The reason is that they are enjoy, but this when we have less greed, for example, less greed, they are happy, and especially we are not greed over merits. We gathering all these merits and dedicates, and they are happy. Yeah, so these Gandharvas are also in our life, but we reduce the this angry emotion or greed and so forth, attachment and so forth. Then they are support to us. Brahmins, princes, merchants, and landowners will supplicate them. If we keep discipline well, they supplicate. The Buddhas will constantly embrace them with their compassion, and they will gain power over worlds and the divine force, pristine daring. Yeah. So Buddhas, how can we make happy Buddhas? Buddhas are happy or unhappy. Actually, Buddha, they are 24/7 rest in the blissful path. Mandala of blissful, mandala of lucidity. But we are reduce these emotions and practice, and then they are happy means they are blossoming in our chakras. The result is we are become blissful being. So keep moral discipline has a lot of benefit, and then through way of karma cause and effect, some parents are not handsome and beautiful, but their children are very handsome, beautiful. Yeah, this is also related to their moral discipline in previous lives. But this is only physical things. Spiritual thing is wisdom. For example, many of our Dharma brothers, sisters of foreigner, their parents are not Dharma practitioner. They are non-Dharma practitioners. But of course, we should respect them because they gave you great precious human life, and they indirectly they supported you to become great Dharma practitioners. But directly they are not Dharma practitioners. But you became great Dharma practitioner, and you greatly benefit all beings. You liberate many beings from lower realms. So because this is your great karma in previous lives, some their grandparents, and then until now they become great Dharma practitioners. So this is also their collective merit and karma. So anyhow, everything is very much related to karma, cause and effect. So sometimes you should say the very thank you, whether your parents passed away or not. You give me this golden opportunity. Of course, you are other religious practitioners. It's wonderful. Of course, you should say thank you to your parents. And if your parents are other religious practitioners, you should rejoice them and appreciate them. But if they are non-Buddhist, especially if they are non-religious means even their behavior, character, all of these things are not related about compassion, loving kindness, and their life is very dangerous. But still, you become great practitioner. If you are in this condition, you really have big responsibility. Oh, you have a big responsibility means you don't want to make your parents or relatives are Buddhist. I don't mean this. This is a problem, actually. Historically, we have some problems, in human life. We don't. They voluntarily, happily, like you become Dharma practitioner. Nobody say you should become, but you joyfully, through your power of your great karma and merit, you become Dharma practitioner. Through this way, they become Dharma practitioners is wonderful. But whether they are Dharma practitioners or not, your responsibility is you have to lead them pure land. You don't let them fall into the lower realms. So that way you have a big responsibility, and you are going to, at least, if you cannot liberate all mother sentient beings, of course you should generate compassion, immeasurable compassion, immeasurable loving kindness. But if you cannot liberate all mother sentient beings, you should liberate your parents and your relatives and your friends from samsara. So that's where you are going to practice. You are going to learn. Learning means method. Not easy if your parents or relatives are non-Buddhist, especially they against religions and something like that. If you don't have more kind of informations and more methods, only single word, you cannot liberate them. That's why Milarepa has many disciples, humans, non-humans. Even the one human, the Gemi Dharmacha, Upasaka, Milarepa could not liberate him directly. That's when Milarepa let him retreat and reflect more. Where's I from head to the feet? Milarepa repeated many times. And then eventually Milarepa told them, first you take refuge vows. You should receive refuge vows, and then you listen, then you study. Usually Milarepa don't say more about you should study, but Milarepa told him, you should study very well, and then you gain this experience. And I have memorized that, but now in English I can say that. However, Milarepa few words gave him this advice inside has that. So that's where you are going to more. You have a big responsibility. If you have big responsibilities, then you have to collect many Dharma informations, and then you explain one method. If they cannot accept this, second method, third method, fourth method. Eventually, they have also wisdom because they have Buddha nature. They will stop to cultivate very serious non-virtues. Yeah. So that means how you can greatly benefit. This is the great result of that you become great practitioner. Okay, this concludes the 13th chapter discussing the perfection of moral discipline. In this ornament of precious liberation, a wish-fulfilling gem of sublime Dharma. Okay, then 14th, the perfection of forbearance. the synopsis for the perfection of forbearance is, this synopsis are root verse of this jewel ornament. If you memorize only this part, is really great. It will greatly benefit for you. All lamrams are actually related this Gampopa's jewel ornament. So Gampopa is a very unique Kaju master. Kajupa has many masters. Some are great translator, Marpalotsava. Some are great Mahasiddha as kind of Malarepa. But the Gampopa is very unique, means scholar and great Mahasiddha. Especially, he bring two big rivers comes together and make great ocean of nectar, which is jewel ornament. Because he jewel ornament. Because he practiced Kadamba's tradition, like from George Atisha and so forth. He practiced. He already has a great realization, great experience. He gained great experiences, and then after he followed Malarepa and then this Mahamudra tradition, these two things combined together like a big ocean of the nectar, and then he gave us. So then that's why in Tibetan many lamrams, majority of these lamrams related, that comes from actually this jewel ornament of liberation. So other lamrams are like Zapaptur's lamram and Jetsongkhapa's lamrams are amazing. But they all related this jewel ornament. This is Kajupa's lamram. Kajupa has different branches. They have individual lamrams, but the main root is, or main principal lamram is this jewel ornament. So we are so great fortune to have opportunity to practice through this lamram. So if you can memorize, then this root, the synopsis part is very good. The perfection of forbearance is summarized as a sevenfold, because it's summarized all of informations. If you have less obscuration, and through this synopsis, you will understand a lot of things. If you don't have time to read all of these numbers of pages, it's okay. You will be able to understand through this synopsis. Yeah. Reflections on the drawbacks of its absence and the benefits of its practice. Its nature, its different aspects, the essential characteristics of each aspect, how it can be increased, how it can be made pure, and its fruits. So there's the seven are like that. The reflections on the drawbacks of its absence and the benefits of its practice. This is one. I think this. Sorry. The reflections are okay. One, and then nature. Two, different aspects. Three, essential characteristics. Four, characteristics of each aspect. Four, how it can be increased. Five, how it can made pure. Six, its fruits. Seven. So all these its fruits are important. So we are doing lots of practices. We need some results. Yeah. The the first reflects on the drawbacks of its absence and the benefits of practicing it. If someone possesses generosity and moral discipline, yet lacks forbearance, anger can still arise. Once anger has arisen, all the virtues created up to that time through generosity, moral discipline, and so on can be consumed right there and then. Thus it says in the Bodhisattva collection, this thing well called anger can overpower the roots of virtue established over 100,000 eons. So it's anger can overpower. Can overpower over virtues or not? Don't ask about this question, but start to look at your mind. The morning, the sun is rise, the weather is very tranquility, the birds' sounds are very sweet, environment are very peaceful, and your temperature are perfect. Yeah, you meditate, your experiences are amazing. And then suddenly one person use some harsh word or makes unhappy, suddenly you start to anger that person. What happens? All of these morning experiences, outer wonderful things, inner gorgeous experiences are stopped. Yeah, so we should know that Dharma practice means not always focus outside. Dharma practice means focus inside. If you are going to swim, you should go into the river or water. Then you know you can swim or not. Otherwise, if you are outside of water, how much big that river, it cannot carry you away. So that's very easy to say, oh, I don't worry about the water or something like that. But one day water flood comes to you, then you become like a mess. So always we should practice Dharma, even recite in the ritual practices. And of course, these Dharma teachings and practice, even teachers, Dharma teachers, we all should focus inside. We always ask, look at our mind, how it goes. It goes right way or wrong way. So then we can liberate from suffering, and we have less chance to cultivate negative karma. These things, the guide to the Bodhisattva way of life also says, whatever excellent deeds, generosity, making offerings to the Buddhas, and so forth, one may have gathered over 1,000 eons, may be destroyed by one burst of anger. Furthermore, anger that has found, actually anger, so some in the Dzogpa Chimbo, particularly Dzogpa Chimbo, there are methods, some anger is also a great target of meditation. So according to this, according the Yidam, actually Vajrasattva appears from essence of angry emotion. And then this great Dzogchen practitioners also, they have anger, and then they look at the angry emotion, the mirror-like wisdom arise from this angry emotion. It happened. So if you were childhood, at that time you have some angry emotions, and then after you met a great practitioner, master, and then you practice greatly, and you have a great chance, opportunity to gain the mirror-like wisdom. But now your one's age is also comes more can include old or something, and then still one has a great emotion of angry. Then it's one try to more practice forbearance. So in this case, mentioned a lot how to practice forbearance. It's very important. Is especially first we have to know the faults of emotions, not only angry emotion. Okay, desire. Some has a strong desire attachment. If one can practice very well, desire we can transform desire into bliss. And if we are going to see Ayadam Amitabha Buddha, desire and blood are related. That's where Amitabha's color is red. So we have like this, all everything are interdependence, outer interdependence, inner interdependence, secret interdependence. Actually, we see Yadams are sometimes, I think, but if you are disagree, you can. For me, see Yadams are very important, but not very, very important. So the natural state of mind. After we see natural state of mind, Yadams are easy peasy to appear in our mind, because our mind becomes like a mirror, very clean mirror. If there is a clean mirror, and then there are thousands of tankas wherever we show this mirror, they're reflected there. Likewise, Yadams are always appear to us. Even we were we were in the hell realms in previous lives, Yadams were there. Who? Lord of the Mara, Lord of the Death. How to say? Yeah. In the reality, the Yamitaka is Manshire. In another case, he is a very punishment in the hell realm, king of punishment. So easy to appear Yadams. Even we go to the hell realm, if we will reborn in the hell realm, we will able to see Lord of Death. Lord of Death is Yadam. Yeah. So this is not only important, especially we are fixated on there. Then sometimes we utilize them in the wrong way, and then it become cause of harm other beings. So main thing is we are going to see the natural state of mind, innate of our mind, intrinsic awareness of our mind. Another way we call Kundazambo of our mind. We say Vajradhara of our mind, Rikpa awareness of our mind. If we will see that, and then we can we totally free from fixation. After that, we see Yadams, we are not fixated on there. But of course, there are different practitioners. Someone first have to see Yadams, and someone see it's. I deeply rejoice that it's wonderful. But first, we are going to make very, very peaceful mind, and we are fixed our mind very well. I think this is the principle. Guide to the Bodhisattva way of life also says, whatever excellent deeds, I read there, yeah. Furthermore, anger that has found a maybe neck, is it Nike? Niche. Niche. Oh, thank you. Niche inside someone lacking forbearance is like the festering wound of a poisoned arrow. The mind that afflicted knows no joy, no peace, and in the end, the person cannot even find rest in sleep. Thus, it is said. Yeah. So right now we are mentioning about teaching on. I'm teaching on the perfection of forbearance. So then talks. It's a time to talk more angry emotion. Otherwise, all emotions are same. Anyhow, how we become very angry person or we become familiar on there is we are we repeatedly this emotion arises in our mind. So first we could not see the faults of this emotion. This is the one problem. Second is we frequently apply. Apply means, of course, not through freedom, but we don't have freedom when that emotion arises. We all have this emotion. So we one time, two time, three time, then we became meditator of angry emotion. So then we become that. We become that this angry person or yeah. So the meditation means like the meditation means same like that. We repeat, and eventually then we gain some realizations. So how should we reduce this emotion is frequently we should see this is the faults. So through angry emotion, whatever we decide, actually there is, I thought it's such a pindada or something. When you are angry, don't decide. When you are upset, what is say something? Something like that. Anyhow, so this angry emotion is very strong feeling. And it is also related that if we talk about channels and wind. So this angry emotion comes towards the heart chakra. Always come there. And then it collects all other winds, inner winds. We have 5 inner winds, but there are thousands of inner winds. There are 5 special inner winds. All of these winds comes together, and then we have in our heart has a very tiny channels, and then this wind pushed our blood, and then some unclean blood enters our very tiny channels, and then heart attack or many disease related this angry emotion. So, but some who has a heart attack, no, I don't mean you are angry person, but it's very possible in your previous karma, previous life's karma. So, we should understand the faults of angry emotion, at least, and then second, try to reduce. For example, morning you wake up and then you remember, okay, I did like that and this, so today I don't. For example, yesterday I was angry 4 more times, maybe 5 times, and today I will not repeat this 5. The 4 times okay. So you do that like this for 1 week. After 1 week, and then you say, yesterday 4 times I was angry, but today I will not do, definitely not 4 times. 3 times is okay. And then you do like that 1 week, 2 week, 3 week, and then you reduce these numbers, and then you become great patient. And then your friends, relatives, families, all surprised. You can make great surprising for them. So and then you become patient. If your mind has more patience, it's really happy, really happy. Actually, any kind of emotions, we don't have these emotions, we are more happy, yeah. Especially the angry emotion. When we have angry emotion, it makes unhappy our environment, circumstance, and lots. But sometimes we happen that, so then these kind of practice, weak. Sometimes you cannot remember. Oh, yesterday I angry 4 times or 5 times. So that's where you are going to examine. Did I angry last week? How many times? Seriously, how many times? And you repeat, and then carefully mindfulness. You apply the carefulness and mindfulness, and then this week or next week, I will not do like this. So vows means like that. How you should keep pure vows. One time you receive from Guru, and you think I have that, and you don't update. Yeah. If you do not update these vows, then these vows become pure or impure. We're not sure. For example, you put some hot water in your thermos. You think it's always become hot water because it is thermos. After 7 weeks or 7 days or a few hours later, it become cold because it is impermanent. That's where you should update. And then you become really great practitioners. You become great practitioner. These practitioners, these ancient Mahasiddhas, these practitioners went to the very solitary places. Physically they went solitary places, and then they always work with their mind, and then they became great practitioners. Yeah. In the grip of anger's affliction, the mind cannot experience peace. It cannot find joy or well-being, and thus a person cannot sleep and become unstable. And in brief, through their anger, those in good circumstance find no joy. So we all same. We cannot see easily our own faults or self-faults, but we easily see others' faults. That's where sometimes we thought, oh, he or she has lots of anger, they are not good people. This is also, whenever we think these are not good people, this is our mistakes. So instead of that, we try to help them. And how did you reduce your anger emotion? And what is benefit? What did you experience through this beneficial or benefiting? You share that. And then especially I think this, if you are parents, in front of your child, don't be too much angry. Don't let arise angry emotion, because it influence or you create the circumstance. Whatever you do, you become like that. It's very much. For example, my parents they both never utilize cigarette, for example. And in my siblings, no one use it. That's where its circumstance is very important. And then second circumstance is the environment, is like their friends, neighbors. These are also important. But so if you, whether you are, it's not easy because you are family. You have big responsibility of whole family and so forth. That's where you are going to. You have many things to do, but in front of your child, if you don't show these negative emotions frequently, and if you show like a compassion action of compassion, bodhicitta, and you talk more about these things, I think it's very much benefit your child when they will grow. Is that we have a proof like some child parents loves football or basketball, and they always watch this TV, and then child frequently see this, and then they have interesting to play this. They become soccers, yeah. It's great things, yeah. Soccers, I love soccers, so it is also a great thing. I don't show about these things, but some other negative emotions. If you will not show negative emotions, or if you not create negative circumstance, it also great benefit. That's what I thought. But if you think it's not important, then you have freedom to let it listen here. You heard this, but let it go another ears. Anyhow, thank you so much for coming to listen teaching, and all Buddhas and Bodhisattvas and gurus, Yidam deities, Dhamma protectors protect you, blessing you, and may your realizations increasing like a waxing moon, and then let us dedicate. Please arise bodhicitta from your mind. Chanjo senjo renpo je ma je pa nan je jor je ba nyam bar me bar yang gong de be war jo.
May bodhicitta, the precious and supreme mind, arise in whom it has not yet arisen. Where it has arisen, may it not decline, but ever increase higher and higher.
Thank you so much again. May you have a happy and long life. Okay. Thank you.